Chapters 6 through 9, Book 19, Volume 2 of Morte. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by David Cole, Medway, Massachusetts. Morte, Volume 2 by Sir Thomas Malory. Chapter 6. Then the knights that were hurt were searched, and soft salves were laid to their wounds, and so it passed on till supper time, and all the cheer that might be made them there was done unto the queen and all her knights. Then, when season was, they went into their chambers, but in no wise the queen would not suffer the wounded knights to be from her, but that they were laid within draughts by her chamber, upon beds and pillows, that she herself might see to them that they wanted nothing. So when Sir Launcelot was in his chamber that was assigned unto him, he called unto him Sir Lavaine, and told him that night he must go speak with his lady Dame Guenever. Sir, said Sir Lavaine, let me go with you an it please you, for I dread me sore of the treason of Sir Meliagrance. Nay, said Sir Launcelot, I thank you, but I will have nobody with me. Then Sir Launcelot took his sword in his hand, and privily went to a place where he had espied a ladder to forehand, and that he took under his arm, and bare it through the garden, and set it up to the window, and there anon the queen was ready to meet him. And then they made either to other their complaints of many divers things, and then Sir Launcelot wished that he might come unto her. Wit ye well, said the queen, I would as fain as ye, that ye might come in to me. Would you, madam, said Sir Launcelot, with your heart that I were with you? Right truly, said the queen. Now shall I prove my might, said Sir Launcelot, for your love. And then he set his hands upon the bars of iron, and he pulled at them with such a might that he brast them clean out of the stone walls, and therewithal one of the bars of iron cut the brawn of his hands through out to the bone, and then he leapt into the chamber of the queen. Make ye no noise, said the queen, for my wounded knights lie here fast by me. So to pass upon this tale, Sir Launcelot went unto bed with the queen, and he took no force of his hurt hand, but took his pleasaunce and his liking until it was in the dawning of the day. And wit ye well, he slept not but watched, and when he saw his time that he might tarry no longer, he took his leave and departed at the window, and put it together as well as he might again, and so departed unto his own chamber, and there he told Sir Lavaine how he was hurt. Then Sir Lavaine dressed his hand and staunched it, and put upon it a glove, that it should not be espied, and so the queen lay long in her bed until it was 9 of the clock. Then Sir Meliagrance went to the queen's chamber, and found her ladies there ready clothed. Jesu mercy, said Sir Meliagrance, what aileth you, madam, that ye sleep thus long? And right therewithal he opened the curtain for to behold her, and then was he ware where she lay, and all the sheet and pillow were bebled with the blood of Sir Launcelot and of his hurt hand. When Sir Meliagrance espied that blood, then he deemed in her that she was false to the king, and that some of the wounded knights had lain by her all that night. Ah, madam, said Sir Meliagrance, now I have found you a false traitress unto my lord Arthur, for now I prove well it was not for naught that ye laid those wounded knights within the bounds of your chamber. Therefore I will call you of treason before my lord King Arthur. And now I have proved you, madam, with a shameful deed, and that they be all false, or some of them. I will make good, for a wounded knight this night hath lain by you. That is false, said the queen, and that I will report me unto them all. Then when the 10 knights heard Sir Meliagrance's words, they spake all in one voice, and said to Sir Meliagrance, Thou sayest falsely, and wrongfully puttest upon us such a deed, and that we will make good any of us. Choose which thou list of us, when we are whole of our wounds. Ye shall not, said Sir Meliagrance. Away with your proud language, for here ye may all see, said Sir Meliagrance, that by the queen this night a wounded knight hath lain. Then they were all ashamed when they saw that blood. And wit you well, Sir Meliagrance was passing glad that he had the queen at such an advantage, for he deemed by that to hide his treason. So with this rumour came in Sir Launcelot, and found them all at a great array. Chapter 7. What array is this? Said Sir Launcelot. Then Sir Meliagrance told them what he had found, and showed them the queen's bed. Truly, said Sir Launcelot, ye did not your part nor knightly to touch a queen's bed while it was drawn, and she lying therein. For I dare say my Lord Arthur himself would not have displayed her curtains, she being within her bed, unless it had pleased him to have lain down by her, and therefore ye have done unworshipfully and shamefully to yourself. I wot not what ye mean, said Sir Meliagrance, but well I am sure there hath one of her wounded knights lain by her this night, and therefore I will prove with my hands that she is a traitress unto my Lord Arthur. Beware what you do, said Launcelot, for an ye say so, and ye will prove it, it will be taken at your hands. My lord Sir Launcelot, said Sir Meliagrance, I rede you beware what ye do, for though ye are never so good a knight, as ye wot well ye are renowned the best knight of the world, yet should ye be advised to do battle in a wrong quarrel, for God will have a stroke in every battle. As for that, said Sir Launcelot, God is to be dread, but as to that I say nay plainly, that this night there lay none of these 10 wounded knights with my lady Queen Guenever, and that will I prove with my hands, that ye say untruly in that now. Hold, said Sir Meliagrance, here is my glove that she is traitress unto my lord King Arthur, and that this night one of the wounded knights lay with her. And I receive your glove, said Sir Launcelot. And so they were sealed with their signets, and delivered unto the 10 knights. At what day shall we do battle together? Said Sir Launcelot. This day 8 days, said Sir Meliagrance, in the field beside Westminster. I am agreed, said Sir Launcelot. But now, said Sir Meliagrance, sithen it is so that we must fight together, I pray you, as ye be a noble knight, await me with no treason, nor none villainy the meanwhile, nor none for you. So God help me, said Sir Launcelot, ye shall right well wit I was never of no such conditions, for I report me to all knights that ever have known me. I fared never with no treason, nor I loved never the fellowship of no man that fared with treason. Then let us go to dinner, said Sir Meliagrance, and after dinner ye and the queen and ye may ride all to Westminster. I will well, said Sir Launcelot. Then Sir Meliagrance said to Sir Launcelot, Pleaseth it you to see the estures of this castle? With a good will, said Sir Launcelot. And then they went together from chamber to chamber, for Sir Launcelot dread no perils, for ever a man of worship and of prowess dreadeth least all perils, for they ween every man be as they be, but ever he that fareth with treason putteth oft a man in great danger. So it befell upon Sir Launcelot that no peril dread. As he went with Sir Meliagrance, he trod on a trap, and the board rolled, and there Sir Launcelot fell down more than 10 fathom into a cave full of straw, and then Sir Meliagrance departed, and made no fare as that he nist where he was. And when Sir Launcelot was thus missed, they marvelled where he was become. And then the queen and many of them deemed that he was departed as he was wont to do suddenly. For Sir Meliagrance made suddenly to put away Sir Lavaine's horse, that they might all understand that Sir Launcelot was departed suddenly. So it passed on till after dinner, and then Sir Lavaine would not stint until that he ordained litters for the wounded knights, that they might be laid in them, and so with the queen and them all, both ladies and gentlewomen and other, went unto Westminster, and there the knights told King Arthur how Meliagrance had appealed the queen of high treason, and how Sir Launcelot had received the glove of him. And this day 8 days they shall do battle afore you. By my head, said King Arthur, I am afeard Sir Meliagrance hath taken upon him a great charge. But where is Sir Launcelot? Said the king. Sir, said they all, we wot not where he is, but we deem he is ridden to some adventures, as he is oft times wont to do, for he hath Sir Lavaine's horse. Let him be, said the king, he will be founden, but if he be trapped with some treason. Chapter 8. So leave we Sir Launcelot lying within that cave in great pain, and every day there came a lady and brought him his meat and his drink, and wooed him to have lain by him, and ever the noble knight Sir Launcelot said her nay. Sir Launcelot, said she, ye are not wise, for ye may never out of this prison, but if ye have my help, and also your lady, Queen Guenever, shall be brent in your default, unless that ye be there at the day of battle. God defend, said Sir Launcelot, that she should be brent in my default, and if it be so, said Sir Launcelot, that I may not be there, it shall be well understanded, both at the king and at the queen, and with all men of worship, that I am dead, sick, outher in prison. For all men that know me will say for me that I am in some evil case, and I be not there that day, and well I wot there is some good knight either of my blood, or some other that loveth me, that will take my quarrel in hand. And therefore, said Sir Launcelot, wit ye well ye shall not fear me, and if there were no more women in all this land but ye, I will not have ado with you. Then art thou shamed, said the lady, and destroyed for ever. As for world shame, Jesu defend me, and as for my distress, it is welcome whatsoever it be that God sendeth me. So she came to him the same day that the battle should be, and said, Sir Launcelot, methinketh ye are too hard-hearted, but wouldest thou but kiss me once, I should deliver thee, and thine armour, and the best horse that is within Sir Meliagrance's stable. As for to kiss you, said Sir Launcelot, I may do that and lose no worship, and wit ye well, an I understand, there were any disworship, for to kiss you I would not do it. Then he kissed her, and then she gat him, and brought him to his armour, and when he was armed, she brought him to a stable, where stood 12 good coursers, and bade him choose the best. Then Sir Launcelot looked upon a white courser, the which liked him best, and anon he commanded the keepers fast to saddle him with the best saddle of war that was there, and so it was done as he bade. Then gat he his spear in his hand, and his sword by his side, and commended the lady unto God, and said, Lady, for this good deed I shall do you service, if ever it be in my power. Chapter 9. Now leave we Sir Launcelot wallop that he might, and speak we of Queen Guenever, that was brought to a fire to be brent. For Sir Meliagrance was sure him thought that Sir Launcelot should not be at that battle, therefore he ever cried upon King Arthur to do him justice, other else bring forth Sir Launcelot du Lake. Then was the king and all the court full sure abashed and shamed that the queen should be brent in the default of Sir Launcelot. My lord Arthur, said Sir Lavaine, ye may understand that it is not well with my lord Sir Launcelot, for an he were alive, so he be not sick outher in prison, wit ye well he would be here. For never heard ye that ever he failed his part, for whom he should do battle for. And therefore, said Sir Lavaine, my lord King Arthur, I beseech you give me license to do battle here this day, for my lord and master, and for to save my lady the queen. Gramercy, gentle Sir Lavaine, said King Arthur, for I dare say all that Sir Meliagrance putteth upon my lady the queen is wrong, for I have spoken with all the 10 wounded knights, and there is not one of them, an he were whole and able to do battle, but he would prove upon Sir Meliagrance's body that it is false that he putteth upon my queen. So shall I, said Sir Lavaine, in the defence of my lord Sir Launcelot, an ye will give me leave. Now I give you leave, said King Arthur, and do your best, for I dare well say there is some treason done to Sir Launcelot. Then was Sir Lavaine armed and horsed, and suddenly at the list end he rode to perform this battle, and right as the heralds should cry, Laissez-les aller, right so came in Sir Launcelot, driving with all the force of his horse. And then Arthur cried, Ho! and abide. Then was Sir Launcelot called on horseback to fore King Arthur, and there he told openly to fore the king and all, how Sir Meliagrance had served him first to last. And when the king and the queen and all the lords knew of the treason of Sir Meliagrance, they were all ashamed on his behalf. Then was Queen Guenever sent for, and set by the king in great trust of her champion. And then there was no more else to say, but Sir Launcelot and Sir Meliagrance dressed them unto battle, and took their spears, and so they came together as thunder, and there Sir Launcelot bare him down, quite over his horse's croup. And then Sir Launcelot alighted, and dressed his shield on his shoulder, with his sword in his hand, and Sir Meliagrance in the same wise dressed him unto him, and there they smote many great strokes together, and at the last Sir Launcelot smote him such a buffet upon the helmet that he fell on the one side to the earth. And then he cried unto him aloud, Most noble knight, Sir Launcelot du Lake, save my life, for I yield me unto you, and require you, as ye be a knight and fellow of the Table Round, slay me not, for I yield me as overcome, and whether I shall live or die, I put into the king's hands and yours. Then Sir Launcelot wist not what to do, for he had liefer than all the good of the world he might have been revenged upon Sir Meliagrance. And Sir Launcelot looked up to the Queen Guenever, if he might espy by any sign or countenance what she would have done. And then the queen wagged her head upon Sir Launcelot, as though she would say, Slay him. Full well knew Sir Launcelot by the wagging of her head that she would have him dead. Then Sir Launcelot bade him rise for shame, and perform that battle to the utterance. Nay, said Sir Meliagrance, I will never arise until ye take me as yolden and recreant. I shall proffer you large proffers, said Sir Launcelot. That is for to say, I shall unharm my head and my left quarter of my body, all that may be unarmed, and let bind my left hand behind me, so that it shall not help me, and right so I shall do battle with you. Then Sir Meliagrance started upon his legs, and said on high, My lord Arthur, take heed to this proffer, for I will take it, and let him be disarmed and bounden, according to his proffer. What say ye? said King Arthur unto Sir Launcelot. Will ye abide by your proffer? Yea, my lord, said Sir Launcelot, I will never go from that I have once said. Then the knights parted of the field disarmed Sir Launcelot, first his head and sithen his left arm, and his left side, and they bound his left arm behind his back, without shield or anything, and then they were put together. Wit you well there was many a lady and knight marvelled that Sir Launcelot would jeopardy himself in such wise. Then Sir Meliagrance came with his sword all on high, and Sir Launcelot showed him openly his bare head and his bare left side, and when he weened to have smitten him upon the bare head, then lightly he avoided the left leg and the left side, and put his right hand and his sword to that stroke, and so put it on side with great sleight, and then with great force Sir Launcelot smote him on the helmet, such a buffet that the stroke carved the head in two parts. Then there was no more to do, but he was drawn out of the field, and at the great instance of the knights of the Table Round, the king suffered him to be interred, and the mention made upon him, who slew him, and for what cause he was slain. And then the king and the queen made more of Sir Launcelot du Lake, and more he was cherished than ever he was aforehand. End of Book 19, chapters 6 through 9.